Hi, everybody. I just want to begin by offering my condolences to the family of Alexander McQueen. His death is really a tragedy, and I've been with the Project Runway designers today, and they were very upset about the passing of Alexander McQueen. And of course, there were rumors running around that it was suicide, and now that we've learned that, in fact, they found him with a rope around his neck. I guess it was. I was saying to the Project Runway designers, well, we don't know that yet, and there's all sorts of speculation. But now we do know, and it's just deeply tragic and a huge loss for the fashion design world. But his legacy will live on. He's an incredibly important designer, and he has a place in fashion history that's unimpugnable. And it's just a very sad moment. On a brighter note, who won the challenge? Anthony. So he's at the top of the pack right now, and it's really a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful thing. You know, I love Anthony, and I have some ambivalence about his design work. He has bright moments, he has some less bright moments, I'll put it that way. And as much as I was responding positively to what he presented on the show last night, I never know how the judges are going to respond. And they can be a little jaded and a little cynical, and I thought, oh, they just might wipe the red carpet and the runway with Anthony. But they didn't. They loved it. I mean, Heidi in particular loved it. It's a great color for her. And I have to say, Anthony really listened to Joanna Coles when Joanna, the editor-in-chief of Mary Claire, presented the challenge to the designers. He really listened. And he wasn't even remotely dependent upon me and my feedback. I mean, I was there to support, of course, but he did it himself. And it's a very, very, very proud moment for all of us, and especially for him. Going back to the beginning of the challenge, though, when Joanna Cole's presenting it, we met her in her office building, not in her office, but her office has this incredible view out over Manhattan. We went to the Hearst Tower. It's a Norman Foster designed building. It was designed on top of a structure, well, the former Hearst headquarters, designed by Joseph Urban in 1928. So we have two famous architects meeting each other, and Norman Foster wanted to respect the Urban base, and he built this incredible glass tower on top of it. It's a truly staggering building to both look at and be in. And it's also green. It is designed to consume as little energy as possible, and it was designed using relatively green, because it's not all green, materials. And it's just a fantastic place. It's an inspiring place. It was a great place to take the designers. So I was thrilled to go there and meet Joanna there, as opposed to doing it on our own home turf. I love a field trip. What else about last night's show? Well, poor Anna. That was just such a basic look, those three pieces. I would rather have had her do two pieces and invest more in them in terms of design and execution. They were well made, in spite of some things that we heard from Emilio. That's a whole other matter. They were very well put together. They were just so basic, you could buy them at almost any store anywhere today. So, bye Anna, we'll miss you. There were a few other moments, though, that were a little troubling. I mean, on the runway, I don't know what it is about the judges and Emilio. And, you know, I have my own little axe to grind. It's not an axe to grind, I just have my own feelings. The judges look at Emilio's work and have a spontaneous wet dream. I don't get it. I simply don't understand it. That's my radiator clanking and around it here at Liz Claiborne Inc. There the look was, I thought it was a sundress. I thought Heidi's going to be on the cover of Marie Claire magazine wearing this. He had very ambitious ideas, as he always does, but then he has to temper them because of our time frame. And once he tempered them, I saw a basic little dress, nothing special at all. The judges waxed rhapsodic up to a point. Then Nina was very critical of the lacing in the front and of these sort of epaulette-like tendrils that were hanging from the straps of the dress. And they didn't like the model's hair. And then Michael says, well, let's clip off those straps. Let's get rid of those epaulets. Let's basically change the silhouette of this dress. Hey, let the model's hair down. She shakes her hair out. Hey, that's so much better. This looks like it could be a winner. They redesigned it. That's not how we intended to have it walk the runway. So I was thinking, what is this? It was unprecedented. Michael even said we'd never done this before. But anyway, that's my little rant and rave. I have to get it out of my system, though I haven't. But back to never done it before. I mean, how fabulous is the win of this challenge? Your design is on the cover of Marie Claire magazine, and Heidi Klum is wearing it. But I also have to tell you, these are things that I'll tell on my Facebook page, but I won't tell anywhere else. You should have been witness to the Sturm-und-Drang around whether this challenge would really happen. We knew, I say we, the producers and I knew, but there were some people who thought this was too big a risk. We don't know what the designers will design. We don't know whether Heidi will want to wear anything. And I just kept saying, it's my standard refrain. Trust the designers. Trust them. Let them do what they do. Certainly give them the design précis, give them the parameters of the problem to be solved. They're extremely talented. They'll do it. And they did do it. And Anthony came out on top, and I'm proud of him. I keep repeating that too, but I'm still kind of stunned by it. Anthony, you really won. And I will add that there were some disappointments. And from my point of view rather, it was more about the palette the designers were choosing, their colors. I mean, I love Mila, but what was with all that nude, washed out, neutral wool jersey? What was that? What was with, well, they were all guilty of. I mean, many of them were. Janine was. Oh, Ben, though. Ben did a fabulous job. I mean, Ben's dress was a real contender for the win. I'm wafting about, but that's the way I talk. What else? Oh, Jonathan. I mean, if you want a little sexy romper in neutral, he did a great job. But that was a questionable design for Heidi. I mean, it's not as though I came in later and said it was for Heidi Klum. Joanna told them from the very beginning. I also thought that Seth Aaron did an excellent job. I mean, it was a little bit like the Tin Woodman, but that was all right. Heidi could have pulled that off in a heartbeat. And it had a beautiful neckline and a great collar. And it was a great color. I'm searching my brain. Jesse's was okay. He passed through. Now Amy had immunity, so she came into this knowing she couldn't be sent home. And Joanna cautioned the designers not to use a print, and Amy used about the most vibrant, robust print one could get one's hands on. But she's also a risk taker, and I applaud that. But they had a lot of fun. Actually, I've never seen the workroom quite that intense. They knew how high the stakes were. They all wanted to win. But it goes back to mood. If you don't have the right fabrics, you're not going to have a very successful challenge, or at least one that is as successful as it has the potential for being. Sorry, I'm babbling now. Also, I'm running back to the workroom to be with the designers because our big Bryant Park show, our finale show, is tomorrow. So wish us luck, and I'm going to report back after the show. All right? So, bye everybody. I'll talk to you later.